Coming into in New York in December, 170 championship again, where he's fought on major cards and holidays. Visited some veterans this week.
Stands at 41 wins, no losses, 1 draw, with 30 wins coming by way of knockout at Saul Canelo Alvarez. With a record of 26 wins, no losses, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Champion of the world, Austin Trout.
Coming out 2 months before Cotto, he said, "This is my momentum time." And he made the Cotto fight look easy in the second half of that. So
Canelo is very patient, will try to size up his opponent and find the
rounds for him that are very important to stick and move and try to build up the lead. And Canelo is looking for.
You'll notice that when Trout punches, his forward foot steps into the punch, but his back foot is ready to get out of there.
The hedge fund.
Trout down.
And can he stop the movements? Can he get the right hand leading against this guy? You know we'll see that again.
This is where Canelo wants to fight on the ropes.
And he got right in on that. Champion Canelo Alvarez, WBA champion Austin Trout, meeting in this unification in San Antonio, Texas. Dave Bontempo and Larry. Eruptions from the fans at the top. It's always an indication that you're in a packed arena. And they're waiting on Canelo.
Alvarado to get closer to Trout. Trout snaps out the left and a lead. And he's
trying to close the distance here. And throughout his career, his pattern has been slow starter, and then
you know it, it's the 9th and the 10th rounds.
He picked it up here in round 2.
Yeah.
Works the body, good right.
And the other guy is just throwing punches with mean intentions.
Both guys using would like to fire unlimited jabs and be able to move. And Canelo, a little bobbing and weaving, scores a nice jab of his own.
In a close round, that could matter.
Yes. It's the perception of aggression in a tight round. If 67 wins, no losses. 41 of the wins for Canelo, 26 for Austin Trout.
He's out.
It does, and both being in their 20s. Both guys near their prime. Certainly Trout near his prime.
Show Canelo that he's going to have to pay if he's going to take the lead.
See him circling to his right. Canelo will have to cut off the ring. He takes a left hand and then comes in and shoved around by Trout. A persistent jab for Austin Trout.
He's able to do that to a boxer and keep the boxer backing up and not knowing where it's coming. That works in his favor. We don't know if he can do it, and Trout is start
by Canelo Alvarez. And for Trout, the double jab is what he's trying to stick out there, and also to greet Canelo.
Put some hurt on him.
So how is he going to get past that jab? That's his assignment.
Yep. How many punches has Trout taken like that? So both of them have something to prove here.
And stay outside. And you do get the sense when you talk about the assignment that Canelo has, that it's understood that it'll take him longer to get there, probably longer to break this guy down, and has this right hand lead by Alvarez, and these are coming up short. And this is
Canelo applies sustained, smart pressure. So far, Trout has been able to keep him off.
To move Trout back.
With a sharpshooter like Trout.
Now, even if you give away a round taking some shots, if you Canelo, you've got to get in and being on the outside, doing a beautiful job.
Right hand by Canelo. You know it was good because Trout shook his hand and said, no.
There's a good jab. If that's the case, as we head into round 5, the jab in the right hand by Canelo at the end of round 4 have the potential to be fight. They're an undefeated fighter. They're champions. Waging the
couple of body shots followed by a left jab.
Different fight, and then it's in his office.
I don't think that's too likely. Trout is not in there to feel that sustained pressure and see how it affects the opponent in the second half of the fight.
Body shot by the jab by Trout. Good movement. And then he beat Canelo by a whisker with his right hand. Canelo gets beaten to the jab again. Left hand gets in by Trout. Just missed with a big shot. Boxing display by Austin Trout. As educated a boxer as he is seeing in Austin Trout. Trout probably hasn't seen the same puncher potential as he's seeing in Alvarez, and he's doing a
determined by what's inside the fighter, not just by what we're seeing here moment to moment.
As Canelo, you get the sense that whoever wins this will find something a little extra. As Canelo comes in, tries to get past that jab, scores with a good jab. Uppercut by Canelo, lands in grazing fashion, but he's getting closer. Good uppercut.
Is taking some shots, or is that because Trout thinks, I've got to do this now? I can't let him think that he can roll over me at that moment. Because it did look like Alvarez suddenly was finding some range.
And it points to the comment, Trout
with a good rally,
winning this exchange. Look at the patience and persistence with the jab of Trout. Normally you would think that's for Canelo's benefit as he lands a right hand, but Trout has been equal to Alvarez. 41-0-1, 30 knockouts. Austin Trout 26-0, 14. There's a big right hand that drops Trout. We talked about
right hand that caught him early in the round and dazed him and hurt him. He looks like he has his legs back, but Canelo, Trout fighting back.
Good right hand by Alvarez. Trout right there.
Title holders who want to be great men.
And so for Trout, that means rising from adversity. He's a heavy-handed puncher, and as we said earlier, most likely the best puncher that Trout has ever faced.
Well, but the more he fights Canelo, the more he puts himself in harm's way.
Where's the jabbing? And here is Alvarez shortening the distance. And Trout not quite as sure of his jab right now. Been taken out of him by the Alvarez assault. Trout.
And that's what
find something else.
And that's what more than 39,000 paying fans are asking themselves right now.
Level fight. You know that Trout won't go easily, and it will take more. And with the break, here is Trout. You know, when he realizes he's in with a more heavy-handed guy, how tentative can that make him?
Of course, he's careless in doing it. He's mixing up what he can do. And this taking the lead has made this a really fascinating back and forth.
As expected.
Is Canelo waiting for an opening? Well, trying to get him to open up so that he can counterpunch him? This is unusual for him. The mysteries of what is going on inside a fighter's head from moment to moment.
And the emotions. I mean, you know.
Exactly.
We dissect it as an angle.
And when neither fighter is lost, they don't think they can lose. They don't know about giving up.
So they automatic in this fight. The terrific battle at the Alamodome. Canelo Alvarez and Austin Trout in their 154-pound unification bout. Stop. Dave Bont in here. The right hand by Alvarez. Works the body. Alvarez trying to land a couple of punches that will halt the movement of Trout. And at times he has succeeded, but Alvarez scores the right hand after the left of the body. Grazing fashion got in by Trout, then a good left hand down the chute scores for him. How would you evaluate overall?
It's not like he's running in any one direction and you have to cut him off at the pass. He just
double jab here by Trout. Canelo right hand partially blocked.
Seeing Canelo come forward with his hands around his head, you know, protecting himself. Here he's almost like he's inviting Trout.
Going for that bait right now. Staying outside, not committing. There's a jab by Alvarez to that. Stayed outside, moved. Made it difficult for Canelo early. And Alvarez, the big puncher, getting inside.
That he's in a tougher fight than maybe he thought this would be if he has suddenly become stalking Canelo at this late.
Just misses. Jab here by Trout. 4 shots.
He was doing as he tries to seize the ground.
As he stepped it up and got brave, he got drilled.
If this is chess, it's speed chess.
Double jab here by Trout. Covered up on his head this time. So the trap that he was setting a couple of rounds ago, he gave up on that. There's a jab and a right hand by.
And blink. I don't know how you measure that round to round, but whenever there's been a punch that you think the guy's hurt, it's been the punch that...
Trout. You get one big shot by Alvarez to counter it. And it's worth the multiple of the shots by Trout. Here, he's had to reach for something extra against the guy. Been able to stay outside and move. So he's had to be patient, wait a little longer to try to partially nullify the other guy. And we've seen each guy do something to nullify their opponent. Trout making it harder for Canelo.
He may not be getting hooked, but he's getting uppercutted.
Canelo trying to launch that right hand lead. Good reflexes by both guys at this stage of the fight. Good pace.
Great.
Take it away with a good right hand. And he's had the power shots in this fight.
Now,
reversal. Here comes Trout. Good body shot by Trout. Good body shot by Alvarez. Nice right hand by Alvarez. And then he wins that exchange. Right now, Trout might feel like he brought the knife to the gunfight. As Canelo.
But that's a question in the mind of everybody around here.
Can he get it? A legitimate question. Here we go into round 12, the finale. It's been a merchant with you here. Larry, through 11, what does the stack up on your scorecard?
I have Canelo ahead, based on the harder punching.
Working on the outside and trying to get in. Two fighters who from angles. Alvarez, when he gets close enough, drilling Trout, knocking him down and being the press.
Once again, the hard punch. How much of an impression will that make on the judges in this fight? We're trying to make an impression both on Canelo, the judges, and the crowd. I'm still here.
Firing harder punches consistently.
Alvarez acting as though he thinks he's won the fight from what he's been hearing from his corner.
Trout continuing to come forward. Good right hand by Alvarez.
Saul Canelo
Yes, he did it.
Alvarez.